Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start fifth story of your book Moments, The Happy Prince. As the title of the story says, this story is about a happy prince. So let's start the story. High above the city, on a tall column, stood the statue of the happy prince. In a city, on a tall column, meaning on a top place, there was a statue of Happy Prince situated. He was gilded all over with thin leaves of fine gold. For eyes, he had two bright sapphires and a large red ruby glued to his sword hilt. Meaning, all this description shows the picture of Happy Prince was packed with lots of richness. Because it was the picture of a prince, so how the richness shows that the body was completely made with gold. His eyes were made with the precious jewel, sapphire, and a large ruby glued to his sword also. So meaning it was a picture of a very happy prince. So that richness was quite visible on that picture too. One night there flew over the city a little swallow. His friends had gone away to Egypt 6 weeks before, but he had stayed behind. Then he decided to go to Egypt too. See, then what happened? A bird, swallow, a bird, his friends all had migrated towards Egypt before 6 weeks, and now he is also going to fly towards Egypt. All day long he flew, and at night time he arrived at the city. Because right now he was alone, so whole day he was flying on the city, and at night time he came back. All day he was flying here and passing his time. Where shall I put up? He said. I hope the town has made preparations. So now he said, where should I go? He was thinking that to pass that night. Then he saw the statue on the tall column. So he thought, when he saw that big statue was there, that it's better to pass time. I will put up there. He thought on that happy prince he will put up, meaning he will pass that night. He cried, it is a fine position with plenty of fresh air. Because that was a high statue and it was situated on the top. So he said he did not have anything with the richness which was prevailing in that statue. But he said that here plenty of fresh air will be available to me. So he alighted just between the feet of the happy prince. So he just perched near in between the 2 feet of the happy prince. I have a golden bedroom, he said softly to himself as he looked around and he prepared to go to sleep. When he saw that everywhere it was the gold surroundings, so he said that I have a golden bedroom. And he said it that the golden bedroom is there, and he went for the sleep. Because for him the sleep was more important than the richness. But just as he was putting his head under his wing, a large drop of water fell on him. But the moment he was about to sleep, a large drop of water fell on him. What a curious thing, he cried. There is not a single cloud in the sky. The stars are quite clear and bright, and yet it is raining. So he thought the sky was very much clear. So from where the rain is coming? Because he could not know from where that drop had come up. Then another drop fell. He was curious enough to know the place of that drop. Suddenly even another drop fell on him. What is the use of the statue if it cannot keep the rain off? He said. He said, if such a huge statue was unable to keep the rain or unable to protect him, then what was the use of that rain? He said it. I must look for a good chimney pot. And he determined to fly away. He thought I should go and shift somewhere else where he would be protected. And he was about to fly away. But before he had opened his wings, a third drop fell, and he looked up and saw. Ah, what did he see? The eyes of the happy prince were filled with tears, and tears were running down his golden cheeks. His face was so beautiful in the moonlight that the little swallow was filled with pity. But what the bird saw, the drops were the teardrops of the happy prince. He was crying, and the bird felt pity on the prince. Who are you? He said. I am the happy prince. Why are you weeping then? Said the swallow. You have quite drenched me when I was alive and had a human heart, answered the statue. I did not know what tears were, for I lived in the palace where sorrow, meaning pain, is not allowed to enter. Now the happy prince is telling why he is crying. He said, when I was prince, so that time I did not know what used to be the sorrow, because in his entire lifetime his parents did not allow sorrow, pain to enter into his palace. My courtiers called me the happy prince, and happy indeed I was. Indeed meaning of course. He said my courtiers were calling me happy prince, and I was really very happy. So I lived and so I died. Happily I lived my life, and happily I died. No problem was there with me when I was alive. And now that I am dead, they have set me up here so high that I can see the ugliness and all the misery, meaning pain, of my city. And though my heart is made of lead, yet I cannot choose but weep. But he said, when I died, they made a big statue of me. So I am so high now, and right this time I am capable to see the pain of my countrymen. I am very much capable to see how they all are crying, they are in pain, and though my heart is an artificial surrounding, still I feel lots of pain and I cannot stop to cry. What? Is he not solid gold? Said the swallow to himself. He was too polite to make any personal remarks. So now the bird could not understand how a statue can speak and how the statue can feel the pain and other thing. Far away, continued the statue in a low musical voice. Far away in a little street there is a poor house. Now the prince is telling all the painful sights, whatever he is observing, because he has grown up so huge now. In his lifetime he had not seen any pain, but now he is observing everything. So